All right, everybody, we're going to go over the 15U B team, which is, I don't want to say the forgotten team, but they just don't play as often as the others. So it's kind of, they don't quite have the same sample size, but it's important to get whatever games they have up here to kind of build this sample size. And because the greater sample size you have, the more you can derive good information from it. And who knows, today's 15UB could be tomorrow's 15UA. And you know, if we develop both these teams, if you guys develop both of these teams, you're going to want to track this over the course of time. And you'll see if you keep these guys for a couple of years, you're going to see how these numbers improve. And if you teach them how to, better shot selection, you'll see even that component of it improve as well. In any case, 2 games, 2 losses. Both games were competitive. I really did feel as though, again, I was just kind of air watching this sort of. That at the second game, I thought going in that they were probably a pretty big favorite, but it turns out that they were both pretty fair games. We ended up on the wrong side of both of them. Let's see if we can drill down into the numbers a little bit, see what's going on here. First of all, this first game against Edge, which I think they lost by 10. The effective field goal percentage is not terrible. I struggle between whether I want to demand 50% of this group. And the reality is, I mean, probably 45% should be good enough. I just compare, again, the 15Us that you guys have to the 15Us that I had, and I have the numbers back from there. And I had kind of an A and a B also. But I think even if we want to call these guys an A minus, I would still like to get them above 50% effective field goal percentage. But 45, it's not. This is not terrible. Okay, it's a pretty decent number to shoot for. So overall, that's not bad. The turnover rate, I'd like it below 20. Again, I'd like a little more below 20. I want to shoot for 10, and if we get 15, be happy. 20 is tough. It's tough to overcome 20. And unless you're going to have an effective field goal percentage like above 50, right? So I think these numbers kind of indicate your typical, game that you could win against a really bad team, probably will lose against a really good team, and against a similar mediocre team, it'll be a close game. And that's, I think, what this became of. Let's take a look at the stats here. Yeah, 5 for 20, 14. Let's go into box score first, or shot chart, sorry, for this game. And against, that's against NRG. I don't know why, again, they always default to the first game on the list. But I have to say, this is, 9, 50, even add 21, 30. I mean, this is damn good. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say that this team is like the greatest team, but this is pretty much what I want to see. You got 47 shots, almost more than half of them are right at the rim. And then you got 9, 15, 21 from out here, and really only 3 bad twos. And that's why your effective field goal percentage is pretty reasonable, which is why you're in this game. I actually have no issue with this part of it at all. It's just a matter of execution, right? So you guys were only 3 for 11, 4 for 16, 5 for 20 from 3. I mean, it's tough. So let's take a look at the box score of this game. Actually, let's go back to Edge again. So Colin with a pretty nice game from around the rim. He's 5 for 10. Seth was just, listen, as I mentioned when I was texting him, he's going to have to shoulder a lot of the load here on this team. But he was 7 for 11 from 2, 2 for 4 from 3. Just excellent. I mean, really, really nice job. Charlie struggled, 1 for 5 and 1 for 4 from 3. 4 turnovers as well. 0 assists, 4 turnovers. It's just not going to work. Ryan, not bad. 3 for 7, 1 for 3 from 3. No turnovers. Actually, just one turnover. Joseph, I want him to be a little more active. Only 3 shots total. Christian struggled 1 for 8, including 1 for 6 from at the rim. You gotta drill down on that and check those highlights out to see what that came from. And Salem, I expected a little more out of him, but overall, I mean, pretty fair game. Christian, the 4 turnovers, and Seth is really, you keep this team together like this. I mean, Seth's going to be relied upon for numbers like this on a regular basis, so it's good to see them put them up there. All right, let's look at the other game against NRGY. And again, I really thought that you guys should have won this. I mean, just going into it, but as I was watching the game a little bit, I mean, they did have some players here. Oh wait, that was the NRG game. Hold on. They look very similar, right? Colin 5 for 10 and 1 for 8. It's the same game. This is like almost scary. Look at the numbers here. In this, it's crazy. It's like almost the exact same. I almost want to say that they're the same video. They weren't, but very, very similar. Wow. Let's take a look at the team stats against NRGY. Effective field goal percentage. This is what it is. So 42%, not that bad, but look at it by half. So you guys had a 55% effective field goal percentage in the first half and 27% in the second half. Only 6 for 22 from the field. Damn. That's too bad. Because I really think you guys could or should have won this game. But the real deal is this turnover rate. I mean, 27% turnovers is just brutal. You're just never going to win like this, and that's the bottom line here. Let's look at the shot chart from this game, from the NRGY game. Okay, so this one is a little worse, right? So here you have 45 shots and 3, 5, 6, 11. 13 of the 45 are what I consider either bad 2s or bad floaters. So we have, and look at it, it's 1 for 6, 2 for 8, 3 for 10, and you're 3 for 11 on shots that would have only been worth 2 points even if they went in. So this was kind of a problem in this game. And that's why your effective field goal percentage is poor. And that's why, combined with the turnovers, this is why you lost. It might be a little soon to, well, let's look at the let's take a look at the all the games together, all season. Only 7 games though. It's kind of tough to get a sample size, but nonetheless, let's see how they break down. Paint 2s and 3s. Yeah, I mean, your shot selection is good. Yes. Only 23 bad 2s, so shot selection is good. We just gotta either take more shots at the rim or just get better from 3. Because look, see the difference. People are like, well, why don't you shoot from inside here if you can only make these? Well, you're shooting the same percentage from here as here. You may as well, if you're going to miss anyway, you may as well miss from 3, right? So in any case, overall, not bad. But taking a look at the stats by athlete, as I'm sure you will figure out, I mean, Seth is really responsible for a good amount of the points here, right? I mean, 17 a game. And then Colin and Salem got it. I really feel is that Joe's got to be a little more active. I mean, he's only played 4 games. And Charlie's been struggling the whole year. But, everybody gets better, and he'll get bigger and more reps and all that. Christian, 1 for 13 from 3. That's obviously not going to work. I mean, look at these 2 guys. 1 for 13 and 2 for 17 from three. Yikes. They just got to get in the gym. They have time to improve. They're only in ninth grade. But that's it for the 15 UB, and that'll do it.